Hey everyone, so it looks like it's that time of the year again where everything's kind of coming to an end, coming to a close, and if you've noticed, things are very expensive. Christmas is expensive, Thanksgiving is expensive, New Year's is expensive, everything costs money. And I bet you're probably thinking, I wish I would have saved more money, I wish I would have made more money throughout this whole year, but now that the year's coming to an end, we all have the opportunity to have a New Year's resolution. I know we all make them every year. Going to the gym is probably everyone's biggest one that doesn't work out, but your finances are so important. It's literally your livelihood that you come to the right place by clicking on this video, where you will be able to see different strategies and different methods so that you can save money this coming year and you won't actually be in the same position you are now come next year. Now, as you see, I have other videos on this channel that go over financial topics such as this one. As you can see, I have many other videos on this channel that go over different financial topics such as this one. So I have gone through 5 different methods, strategies, whatever you want to call them, that will make your finances better in the coming year, that I will put my money where my mouth is and I will also follow as well. And starting off with the very first one is something that all of us sometimes forget about, is cancel your unused subscriptions. I know this might seem like something that's impossible to do because whether it's all your streaming services, you have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, you have all these streaming services, and you think, well, if I want to watch certain movies, I got to use Netflix. If I want to watch certain other ones, I got to use Disney Plus. I want to watch other ones, I got to use Hulu. And then it just seems like a never-ending cycle, because if you want to watch sports games, you got to get ESPN, and then you got to get Paramount, and then it's so complicated. But I'm here to tell you that it is actually better to, let's say you want to watch a film on Disney Plus, it's better to just rent the movie on YouTube or anything. I used to be against this, renting movies online. I was so against this. I was like, I might as well get a subscription. But if you're not making use of Disney Plus, for example, that will actually justify the monthly fee you're spending. I don't know what it is today. Is it like, I don't know, $12-15 a month? If you're not watching more than 3 or 4 movies a month to justify you spending that are only available on Disney Plus, I think you should cancel Disney Plus, and then the day that you want to watch a movie, just rent it on YouTube Movies or anywhere else that you want to rent it on. It's like $3 or $4 depending on the film, of course. And I say this not trying to tell you to cancel every subscription. I would say go through your finances, go through your bills and see which ones you had paying over the course of this whole year, which ones you actually made use of, and then the ones that you made the most use of, keep those, because I mean, life's short. Watch movies, right? Do fun stuff, things that you enjoy, but don't do it at the risk of your livelihood, because all these streaming services get expensive. They do. It's no secret. So that's probably the most important one that I just want to start off with, because streaming has become a big financial problem all around the world for everyone, because every company seems to want to start their own streaming service now. It's like becoming television all over again. For example, the average person spends about $200 a month on subscription services. That's mind-blowing to me. That's literally $2,400 a year that maybe if they would have cut out half of them, that would have been an extra $1,000 you would have had for these holiday seasons, or for your savings, or for other things, right? Just savings that you have. And real quick, if you think you've got any value from this video so far, please consider liking and subscribing, because it helps out the channel a bunch. We're growing this community little by little, stone by stone, and I hope to see you guys in the next videos. But let's go on to the next parts anyways, real quick. Resolution number 2 is going to be to automate your savings. I know this is something that we don't do because we don't really have the time to plan out our budget, or we don't really take the time to do it, at least, but it's something so important. Having savings is really good. If you have a 401k, a Roth IRA with your employer, for example, those are great savings. If you have a high deductible health plan, opening up an HSA investment account, that is also very important. But I'm not just talking about those, because those are automated a little easier with your employer. And if you don't have one of those, don't worry. Look into high yield savings account. I know that there are many out there on the market, such as SoFi Bank or even Apple. And honestly, I recommend Apple savings to just about anyone, because they make it so easy, and they offer a high yield savings account and the only requirement is you need to be approved for the Apple Card. So I know that already adds a barrier to entry, but if that's not an option for you, you can open up an account with SoFi Bank. As I mentioned, their high yield savings accounts will offer you, I think right now the savings rate on those accounts are sitting at about 4% annual return, which is really good. It's just money given back to you just for having your money in the bank. So I think if you're going to set up your savings apart from your 401k, Roth IRA, HSA, you should also automate a monthly amount, whether it be $50 or $100 every month, that you just set aside and you put into these accounts, and act like you don't have it anymore. Act like it doesn't exist, because here 10 years down the line, you're gonna need those savings for something. You never know what can happen in life, and in general, you always want to have a cushion, because if you happen to lose your job, if you happen to lose whatever business you had going on, you can't really plan for those things. Those things just happen, and you got to be prepared. Another great way to automate your savings is actually the Acorns app itself. I personally never use it, but like I said, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. After this video, once once New Year's comes around, I will get Acorns as well, and I will use it. What Acorns does, I'm gonna put a link in the description if you want to sign up using my code. What Acorns does is that after every purchase you make with your card, let's say you make a purchase for a coffee and it comes out to $4.30. Acorns rounds that up. This is not an ad either. I feel like I'm making it sound like an ad, but it's not. If they want to sponsor me, go ahead, but this is not. I'm just trying to explain how it works. The change in between, the 70 cents in between from $4.30 to $5, it automatically takes that and invests it for you. So over time, you'll build up savings just by using your card every day, which I think is really nice. The Apple Card does something similar with giving you 2% cash back every time you use the Apple Card with Tap to Pay, and that's really helpful because that also automatically deposits into the savings account we spoke of before. And yeah, in general, savings are so important, and starting this new year, you can employ these savings tactics to be able to maximize your savings this year and then for the rest of your life. Resolution number 3 is actually one that's going to make me sound like Dave Ramsey, but it's because it's so important. You know, you got to pay off your high interest debt. If you have credit cards, if you have a bunch of other high interest debt, you really need to focus on paying that off as soon as possible, because it doesn't matter if you have so many more savings like we talked about in the previous section. If you have so much more high interest debt, it's basically going to eliminate your savings, because all the money you're saving, you owe it already in your high interest debt. So yeah, reduce your high interest debt. Do whatever you can to bring that number down as fast as you can. In the same way how we said savings, $100 a month just goes away towards savings, do the same thing, but instead of going towards savings, just put $100 a month extra towards paying off your high interest debt. And that's a quick section, but that's just something very important. I really want to stress the importance of paying off your high interest debt. You know, you got to bring that down. We all do, but some people have more than others. I've talked about this before, that credit card debt is like a financial epidemic in the US now. So please get that taken care of. Don't spend more than you have. That's like an easy rule to follow. Resolution number 4 is going to be to start investing early in the year. As I mentioned before, if you have a 401k, Roth IRA, or HSA with your employer, I would say to try to increase your contributions there by 0.5% or 1%. And no matter what, you should at the very least, no matter what you do, make sure that you're taking advantage of the match. If you get a 401k match with your employer, you need to take advantage of that. It's just free money on the table. I mean, everyone's situation is different, but if you're in the position to be watching a video like this where you're trying to save more money, invest, really, I want to stress that you need to match that employer match, like whatever percentage they're matching, go for it. And then if you want to save a little more, I would say this year, try to up that about 0.5%. Not that much, you probably won't even notice it, but it will make a big difference here down the road once it's retirement time. And that's a pretty other quick 4th section, but it's so important. The 5th section is where I really want to get into more detail. So here comes big number 5. Here comes that big number 5 again, that yes, this is probably the most important section. I believe that if you're in a position where you're not living paycheck to paycheck, or you don't want to be, the most important thing you can do, the biggest thing you can do to help yourself, is to start a side hustle, start a business, do something other than just your job, other than just your 9 to 5, because that's where you can really grow your finance. That's where you can really increase your net worth, because you're not just living paycheck to paycheck after that, you're making other stuff on the side. But the key is to not increase your lifestyle. Act as if that side hustle did not exist. Act as if the other business you started doesn't exist, and only your income that you already receive under 9 to 5 is going to be how you're going to live, because then all of a sudden you're going to generate savings. You're going to be able to generate a lot more stuff that'll help you grow your business itself, or every now and then you'll be able to add more to your savings and even get yourself something nice every now and then. You know, that's just part of life. So, and I have many videos on this channel talking about this very subject. If you're interested in looking into different side hustles, I'll link them in this video. But basically, I have so many other videos where we go over different side hustles that you can do. If you're a teenager watching this video, I have a video about that. If you are just looking for different side hustles that you want to know if they have evidence of working, I have a video on this channel that goes over 4 different side hustles I've tried before and I'm currently doing that work for me. So definitely check those out. These side hustles are really where you can do more creative work and things that you enjoy, you know, because not all of us like being behind a desk at a 9 to 5 or going out and doing heavy labor every day in our 9 to 5, right? We all want to do some other type of work that we feel fulfillment with, and that is where you have that opportunity, whether it is freelancing, whether it's selling stuff online, whether it's doing anything digital course wise, or whether it's starting a YouTube channel or any type of online social media presence I know that in the end, those will reap a lot of benefits for all of us. That's what I'm trying to do now too. And a really quick note on that, if you start a business, you have so many more tax benefits that you can look into, and I'm gonna make a video on that soon about all the different tax benefits and tax advantages of starting your own business, your own LLC, at least here in the US. I can't speak for other countries, but in the US, I know there are so many benefits. If you made it to the end of this video and you listened to all the 5 different strategies, methods, or whatever you want to call it, of ways to save money in the coming year, I know that you're already on a good start. And if you stick to these 5 rules, then I know you're gonna do great. You're gonna put yourself in a better position next year. Yeah, guys, hope you guys have a good, happy New Year's, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll link them here. Check them out. I have so many other videos. Bye, guys.